Welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe and press the notification bell. When you think about iconic names in motorcycling, Buell is one that immediately stirs up emotion. It's a brand built on rebellion, innovation, and a bit of stubbornness, the good kind that pushes the limits of what's possible. And in 2025, Buell is back in a big way, daring to challenge the industry once again with the all-new SuperTouring 1190. This bike is more than just a machine. It's a bold statement. It's Buell's vision of what American sport touring can be when you refuse to follow anyone else's rules. The first time you lay eyes on the SuperTouring 1190, you instantly know you're not looking at another cookie-cutter touring bike. It's low and muscular, yet athletic, like a sprinter waiting to launch off the blocks. The front fairing stretches forward like the prow of a battleship, angular and fierce, with dual headlights set deep beneath an aggressive brow. The adjustable windscreen rises sharply, integrated cleanly into the bike's lines, offering function without sacrificing the bike's threatening posture. Every curve and crease of the bodywork looks like it was sculpted with speed in mind. This isn't a bike that's trying to blend in. It's here to make a statement before you even hit the ignition. And when you do hit that ignition, the 1190cc V-twin comes to life with a bark that's all Buell. This is not a polite purr, not some electronically muffled whisper designed to appease noise regulations. No, this is raw, mechanical thunder. With 185 horsepower on tap and 102 pound-feet of torque ready to crush the rear wheel at any moment, the SuperTouring 1190 doesn't just move, it attacks the road ahead of it. There's an immediacy to the throttle response, a crackling energy that you can feel vibrating through the grips, the seat, even the pegs under your boots. It's not intimidating in a reckless way, but it definitely demands your attention. This is a bike that wants you to be present, focused, alive. What makes it even more impressive is that Buell didn't just slap a big motor into a touring frame and call it a day. The SuperTouring 1190 is built around a chassis that draws directly from Buell's racing DNA. The frame itself carries fuel in its hollow aluminum spars, a signature Buell innovation that lowers the bike's center of gravity dramatically compared to conventional designs. Combined with the massive perimeter brake up front and a lighter weight underslung exhaust, the result is a motorcycle that feels far lighter and more agile than its 450-pound curb weight would suggest. Where most touring bikes swallow and pitch when pushed hard, the SuperTouring 1190 stays composed and eager, flicking from side to side with the grace of a machine half its size. The suspension setup is pure performance too. Fully adjustable shower units front and rear mean you can tune preload, compression, and rebound damping to perfectly match your riding style and loadout. Whether you're carving up technical mountain switchbacks solo or loaded up with a passenger and gear for a week-long road trip, the bike stays planted and predictable, never feeling overwhelmed or sloppy. In an era when so many touring bikes chase comfort at the expense of sharpness, the Buell stands proudly apart. It says, you don't have to choose between long-distance comfort and backroad thrills. You can have both if you're willing to ride something a little more intense. Ergonomically, the SuperTouring 1190 strikes a smart balance. The seat is wide, supportive, and adjustable in height to accommodate a range of riders. The handlebar sweep feels naturally upright enough for all-day cruising but aggressive enough that when you want to hunker down and push, you don't feel like you're fighting the bike. Foot pegs offer multiple mounting positions, letting you fine-tune your riding triangle whether you prefer a relaxed tourist stretch or a more aggressive sport riding posture. Add in heated grips, optional heated seats, and an aerodynamic windscreen that does an excellent job of diverting airflow around your helmet and shoulders, and you have a machine built for serious mileage. Tech-wise, Buell brings the SuperTouring into the modern age without drowning the rider in gimmicks. A vibrant, easy-to-read TFT display anchors the dash, offering customizable layouts and full Bluetooth connectivity for navigation, music, and call management. Traction control, cornering ABS, multiple ride modes, and cruise control come standard. While it might not have the supercomputers and radar-guided systems of some European hypertourers, the Buell's electronics feel thoughtful and functional, enhancing the ride without ever distracting from it. This is a rider's bike, not a video game on wheels. Storage is practical but stylish. The collar-matched hard panniers are sculpted to hug the bike's bodywork closely, preserving its sleek silhouette while offering enough space for a couple of full-face helmets or a few days' worth of gear. They're lockable, removable, and surprisingly lightweight. An optional top case adds even more carrying capacity without making the bike look like a delivery van. Little details like integrated tie-down points, USB charging ports in the bags, and a small cubby on the tank for easy access to sunglasses or a wallet show that Buell didn't just think about the rider, they thought about the rider's life too. But numbers and specs only tell part of the story. Where the SuperTouring 1190 really shines is in the way it makes you feel. There's a purity to it, a sense of mechanical honesty that's increasingly rare in today's world of overly soft, overly digital motorcycles. Every turn of the throttle, every shift through the slick 6-speed gearbox, every tilt of your body into a corner, it all feels deeply connected. There's no filter between you and the machine. And when you find a perfect stretch of empty asphalt and let that V-twin sing, it's nothing short of magical. Of course, the SuperTouring 1190 isn't perfect. No bike is. Heat management can be a challenge, especially in slow-moving traffic or on hot days. That big, muscular V-twin radiates a lot of warmth, and while Buell has done an admirable job with heat shielding and ducting, you're still going to feel it around your legs in midsection. Some riders might also wish for a slightly more refined electronic interface, especially when compared to the seamless integrations found on some of the latest Japanese and European competitors. But honestly, these are small prices to pay for the level of character, excitement, and raw performance the SuperTouring delivers. The price of entry is another factor that will generate some discussion. Starting at around $22,000, it's firmly in premium territory. That's the same neighborhood as the BMW R1300 RT, Ducati Multistrada V4, and other heavy hitters of the sport touring world. But Buell isn't trying to win a spec sheet war. They're offering something rarer, a visceral, authentic riding experience, with American heart and soul baked into every weld and bolt. If you want polished anonymity, you'll find cheaper ways to get it. If you want a bike that grabs you by the soul and doesn't let go, the SuperTouring 1190 stands nearly alone. Perhaps most importantly, buying a Buell today means becoming part of something more than just another corporate marketing machine. It means supporting a brand that has fought harder than almost any other to stay alive, reinvent itself, and keep innovating against all odds. It's a bike built by people who love motorcycles and not just people trying to sell them. There's a passion and resilience baked into every fiber of the SuperTouring 1190 that you can feel the moment you swing a leg over it. And really, isn't that what motorcycling is supposed to be about? Not just getting from A to B. Not just statistics and gadgets. But freedom. Passion. The sheer joy of a machine that responds to your every input, that challenges you to be better, faster, smoother. A machine that feels like an extension of yourself. The 2025 Buell SuperTouring 1190 delivers all of that, wrapped up in a package that's as bold and unapologetic as the brand behind it. So if you're the kind of rider who sees the highway not just as a means to an end, but as a playground of possibilities. If you believe that every curve is a conversation between man and machine. If you want your bike to have as much character and fire as you do. Then the Buell SuperTouring 1190 is calling your name. It's ready to go wherever the road takes you. The question is, are you ready to answer? Thanks for watching and wait for the next video.